Good day to you all. This is another video from Theory Maths, and today we are going to talk about binary numbers. So the question said 231n minus 143n equals to 44n. Find the value of n. So this equation, this is a binary number question. Most of us tend to make mistakes in this question, but inside, when I'm solving this, I am going to explain that mistake and how we can rectify that mistake. So let's dive into it. We'll start by saying, we'll put this as 0, power of 0, power of 1, power of 2, power of 0, 1, 2, 0, 1. Why I'm doing this is because as you do this, when you start solving, it's going to make your work accurate and there will not be room for mistakes. So it's better you do this before you start solving. Then we'll dive in. I'm going to include brackets. I'm going to tell you why I'm including this bracket while I'm solving it, where I'm going to split the mistakes. So let's start. We now have 2 times n to the power of what? Power of 2 to the power of 2, then plus 3 times n to the power of 1 plus 1 times n to the power of 0, and that is that. I've closed the bracket. That means I'm done for all of this. Then minus, we'll put under bracket 1 times n to the power of 2 plus 4 times n to the power of 1 plus 3 times n to the power of 0. I'm going to close the bracket. That means I'm also done for that one. Then I'm going to put equal to as the equal sign. Then I'm going to do this. For this, I have 4 times n to the power of 1 plus 4 times n to the power of 0, and that is that. I'm done with the first line. So moving on to the next line for the multiplication, we now simplify this. 2 times n square. I'm going to have 2n square plus 3 times n to the power of 1 is what? Is theta number. So n times 3, we have what? 3n plus n times 0. n to the power of 0 is what? Is 1. So 1 times 1, I have 1. I close that bracket. Minus, I have n square here. Here I have 4n, and this power of 0, it turns to 1. So 1 times 3, I have 3 equal 4n plus n to the power of 0, 1. 1 times 4, we have 4. This is it. So here is the mistake that I'm talking about, and which the majority of us normally make. Is this bracket. In fact, the most questions we normally solve before are what are have what plus mark here, which is positive here. So meaning if we don't even open this value with the plus, it doesn't really change your work. But this minus now changes everything. You have to open everything here, or like this bracket here, with the minus, because the minus is for the whole number. That means when you're expanding, the minus is what is also for the whole number. That's the mistake most of us, including myself, did. So that's why that's the main purpose I'm doing this video, to rectify these mistakes. So if you had to open this bracket with this minus, we are going to have 2n square plus 3m plus 1 minus times this, we are going to have minus n square, minus times plus minus 4n, minus times plus minus 3 equal 4n plus 4. That's how it should be done. Then after this, now what you're going to do now is we collect like terms. Collect like terms. And collected like terms, we now have 2n square minus n square plus 3n minus 4n. 4n is positive here, and it cross to the other side, is turn what? Negative, equal this 4. Then this 3 becomes here, become plus. Then 1 plus it becomes what? Minus. Now we have collected our like terms. Now that I've created our right terms, then this minus this, we are going to have n square. Then this minus this, I'm going to have minus n minus 4, I'm going to have minus 5n equal 4 plus 3, 7, 7 minus 1, you have 6. This looks like a quadratic equation, but not in an arranged form, so we arrange it to get the right order of quadratic equation. N square minus 5n, we'll bring this to the side, it becomes negative equal 0. Now we have a quadratic equation. So this quadratic equation, we can choose to solve it anyhow we want. We can choose to solve with factorization, completely the square method, or we can choose to use the formula method. So anyone, but me, I'm going to use the factorization method, which I'm going to find two numbers. If I multiply, it's going to give me minus 6, and if I add or subtract, it's going to give me minus 5. And my two numbers is going to be n minus 6n is going to give me minus 5, right? N minus 6n is going to give me minus 5. Then 1 times minus 6 is going to give me minus 6. So I have this now. So if I'm to continue solving now, anywhere I see minus 5, I'm just going to put this. Anywhere I see 6, I'm just going to put this. So if I continue now, n square, mess it up, writing minus 5, I write this plus n minus 6n. Then for this, I will write plus 1 times minus 6 equal to 0. So now we'll close the first two in the bracket and the rest inside the bracket. That's how the formula, so that's how the method works. We now have n square plus n in bracket, the minus 6n plus 1 times minus 6 equal to 0. So here now we factor what? We factor in the common. The common here is what? N. I factor n here, remaining 1n, because there's 2n here, and here it's remaining what? It's remaining 1, right? Then here, what is common between them is minus 6. If I factor minus 6 out, here I now have n. I now have here, and here I now have what? The plus 1 remaining, because this now is gone out, is outside, equal to 0. I don't know if I'm making sense. Minus 6, I remove it from here, remaining n. Here also I remove minus 6 from here, remaining what? 1. So if quadratic equation, or if you're using this method, immediately you reach this step, make sure what is inside this bracket and what side this bracket is the same. If it's not the same, then I'm sorry to say you're not on the right track. Go back and check there's a mistake. If this and this bracket is not the same, we know the check. But if it's the same, just continue. So since this bracket and this bracket are the same, I'm going to just pick only one, n plus 1 inside bracket, and this will join inside the bracket, n minus 6 inside one bracket equal to 0. Then we'll further go and see n plus 1 equal to 0, or n minus 6 equal to 0. N, if we want to go to the other side, then n minus 1 or n equal to plus 6, because minus 6 goes to the side to come what? Plus 6. So this is what we have. So n is equals to minus 1 or n is equals to positive 6. And most of the times in binary numbers or in binary system entirely, we only work with what? Positive numbers. So 6 is our right answer. And that is that for this video. Thank you so much.